Erskine Stuart Melville schools lie within a mile of the centre of the beautiful capital city of Edinburgh. It's the largest independent school in Europe, bringing together the historic Stuart's Melville College for boys and the Mary Erskine School for girls within a unique, diamond-structured educational system.
Well, what's meant by the diamond structure is essentially that you end at the same point you started at. So we begin with co-education and we end with co-education.
The girls and boys are educated together from 3 until 12 years old in the junior school.
We say it's the best of all possible worlds because they are children together, but they're definitely boys and girls. They value their differences, their friendships. By the time they get to 12, most of them are quite happy to move slightly apart. It is in their interest to be taught separately so that we can meet their needs in an academic sense and keep them together socially.
When the children reach 12 years old, they move into a single-sex environment. The boys at Stuart Melville College and the girls at the Mary Erskine School just a mile away. But they stay connected through a shared house system, projects, school trips, camps and a wide range of musical, dramatic and sporting activities.
We think it's best that they should be allowed to develop naturally as boys and girls according to their natural and distinct and individual talents.
Different teaching methods are adopted.
I think girls and boys operate differently. Girls tend to mature physically, emotionally, mentally earlier than boys. When you put them in a classroom together, boys who are by nature competitive will tend to shrug their shoulders and give up because they simply feel they can't compete with these more mature girls. Often boys with their ebullient style will intimidate girls in a classroom where they're both together. When they're alone, there is no option but for girls to come forward and be leaders. You can design lessons very differently, play to their naturally competitive spirit. Quizzes, competitions, short-term targets. Don't spend too much time in a lesson on any specific topic. When you engage their interest and they're excited, you spend more time on that interest, encouraging them to be self-motivated.
You get to realise sort of how the opposite sex works and that they aren't a completely different species. But then as you start to get a little bit older, you're sort of going into your teens, it's a good idea to not have the distraction of the opposite sex there, and you can just get your head down, work, be yourself.
It's better to be with girls when we're sort of changing a lot because you've not got the boys to make fun of you and you can't make fun of the boys either.
I think probably you work a lot harder when you're just with other guys, you know.
In the final year, the girls and boys enter a fully co-educational pre-university sixth form.
It's just really good preparation for the outside world.
I suppose maturing as a person and growing to be who you are.
The schools follow the Scottish model of learning, providing breadth of education throughout and in-depth learning at sixth form level.
Teamwork is an essential aspect of co-curricular activities at our schools, really because as adults they're going to have to combine their individual talents with the compromise of working with other people and appreciating them for what they're good at.
Both in sport and all other activities, all boys and girls are given the opportunity to represent their school.
There's a great sense of school spirit. I mean, everyone can represent their school and feel proud doing so.
Our young people are learning not just to be confident of themselves and to know that they can go ahead and make a difference in the world, but also that they have a social obligation and responsibility to those around them as well.
That's, I think, probably why they do the diamond structure, because it is what works best for the individual children.